Alright, welcome to Hellstormwargaming. Look at us. No starting screen. No starting screen. Don't need that. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. My name's Mikey. And you're watching Hellstormwargaming. It's Monday, my dudes. Hope you're having a great time. Thanks for tuning in. We got some drama to talk about. By drama, I mean, there's nothing going on, so we're going to be laughing at Facebook groups. The best type of drama. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you're all doing well. Just wait a few minutes for everyone to come in. More like Mikey stand. No, nothing. None of that shit. If you're watching live, make sure you say hi. Say hello. Say hello there. Come in. Look, this is the outside world, by the way. I opened my windows because my curtains broke. But I have the outside coming in, so the camera is awful. So welcome. This is what it's like. This is like real. We can go up. We can have the real outside. You'll be able to see nothing. Thank God. I didn't want to like dox myself by accident. Oh, it's the microphone holder. Oh yes, look. I think my speaker's got full. That was very good. Professional streamer. See that? Nothing even happened. Is that gonna work? There we go. So my speaker cable got caught in the plug and unplugged the cable as it was going up. Standing desk, everyone. Welcome to Hellstormwargaming. Hope you're having a great time. Again, let me know where you're watching from. Who's here? Come and say hello. Hope you're having a great time. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Where is the true host of Hellstormwargaming? She's busy. Alright? She's busy. Favorite Zelda streamer? I did do a lot of Zelda streaming on Friday. I played a lot of Zelda this weekend. I have got no work done. Is that sunlight? Yeah, this is as close as I'm allowed to get. There's actually bars across the window, as you can see. I'm actually not allowed outside. So. Who's burning their Dark Elves army like it's 2014 again? Excellent, excellent. What a throwback. When is 10th coming? We don't have an official date yet. There's been no official date as of yet. It's a bit bright. Makes a change to looking at Mikey or stream. Thanks, mate. With the sheer amount of premiere, the chaos for the new edition has reached a new high. I love it. Well, I love it too. I don't know what I was trying to say, but it sounds great. Hello from Indiana. Hello there. How are you? Good evening, Dats and Deads. Zan Sims, hello. You going to stream Bolt Gun when it's out? 100%. 100%, mate. So when Bolt Gun comes out, when's it come out? A week? Week today? Week tomorrow? A week tomorrow. When it comes out, a week tomorrow, right, we're going to stream until I've beat it. Until I beat it. I'm going to start streaming like I did with Zelda on Friday. I'm going to start the stream, and then I'm going to play until I've won. And that's it. That's the stream for Tuesday. So, I probably won't stream on Wednesday instead. But yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. Bolt Gun looks sick. Very sick, I will say. I will say. I've seen a lot of Bolt Gun. That's what I'll say. That's all I'm allowed to say. That's as far as I can go. I've seen a lot of Bolt Gun. But yeah, so I'm going to play it on Tuesday. I'm not sure what time it comes out.
Got that dog in him.
Demon Russ got that dog in him. Thank you very much for the 5, Bishop. Really appreciate it. So I'm gonna.
Russ got that dog in him.
Demon Russ got that dog in him twice. Sick. Thanks for the 5, mate. Really appreciate it. So yeah, so we're gonna start playing it in the morning or whenever it comes out, and we're gonna go. We're gonna just keep going. It ain't gonna end until I've done all the levels. I've heard there's like 12 hours of gameplay. I'm gonna get some speedrunning on the go. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She can't be doing... Georgie can't be doing any interviews. She's left her mic holder behind. Shut up. Shut up. It's quite funny as well because I put that video out today and I'm literally looking at like a fucking microphone holder for Games Expo in 2 weeks. And now I'm like, oh, maybe I don't need to buy one because I am the mic holder. It's only been open twice. Listen, just don't worry about it. It'll fix itself. It'll fix itself. Probably. Probably, I don't know. Help. Committed any Zelda war crimes? Not that I want to speak publicly about. I'll be working when it comes out and you'll be streaming it. I think it comes out in the evening, you know? I think it does actually come out in the evening. Bolt Gun release. Release day! Because they do that with new video games, don't they? They put them out, but then they put them out in the evening. They don't put them out during the day. So I'm going to say, rather than it coming out at like midnight, I think it's going to come out at like 4 or 5 p.m. That video gives me life. You started that video, that's why. You started that video. It's your fault that we watched it. Release. Let me put release time. See if that comes up with anything. No, it doesn't say. It doesn't. Oh, maybe on the website, on Steam. No, it doesn't say. It's quite cheap though. Look, it's only 17 quid. That is quite cheap for a shooter. Like, it's a Warhammer shooter, so yeah, but like 17 quid is relatively cheap. So I'm super, super excited. There's a new gameplay trailer for it as well. Did you ever watch the gameplay trailer? I just went on IGN. This is the worst thing I could have ever done, ever. It was like 2 days ago, so obviously I can't find it now. There it is.
When the ruinous powers of chaos unleash their foulest abominations, who will prevail against the darkness?
It looks so good. It looks so good.
Rapid fire boomer shooter blast from the past. Take control of a mighty Sternguard veteran and plunge
Let's go
headlong into the grim dark universe.
Amble! Did everyone see it? Sorry, let's watch it again. Not what bit.
Into the grim
Fuck off! Get to fuck Amble!
dark universe of Warhammer 40,000. Summoned by
You know this song? It sounds exactly like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. You know? The theme tune, listen.
Warhammer 40,000. Summoned by the Inquisition.
It's the same.
Scour Graia, a Forge World on the brink.
Forge World Graia? Forge World Graia? Excuse me? Forge World Graia? Mechanicus Forge World in the Sectamentum Tempestus. Isn't it Forge World Graia in Space Marine? Ah, it takes place. It takes place in an alternate universe. Space Marine. Yeah, Graia was a site of invasion of over 1 million orcs led by Warboss Grimskull. Forge World Graia, it's the same place. Look at that. I'm a lore nerd. Look at me. Looting? Sit down. I'm the lore nerd around here. Anyway.
Traitors.
Boltgun in Space Marine 1.5 confirmed. To be fair, it's the same company making Space Marine 2, so it's fair enough.
And Chaos Demons. It is time to purge the heretics.
It's so dumb. I love this trailer. This is so dumb.
Your sacred armor armor and your battle-honed instincts. Blast cultists apart with your mighty bolt gun. Smash traitors with your charge. Shred the spawn of the archenemy with your chain-sword. Maim and obliterate
The main guy says I'll finish what
hordes
Titus
of
started. I
foes
did not
with
know that.
your other devastating weapons. Unleash your wrath upon the enemy's...
Lads, if that's true, that means he's been leading loads of chaos. Which means we already know the ending. And what's that? Is it Andros? Andromedus? Who sacks him in? Who sacks Titus in at the end of Space Marine 1? What's his name now? He's going to get sacked in. He's going to get the same. They're both going to be coming out of Death Watch. You know? They're both going to be coming out of the Death Watch afterwards in Space Marine 2. Leandros, that's it. Leandros. Fuck Leandros, alright? Anyway.
Of the Imperium.
I didn't realise it was a sequel.
Only in death does duty end. For the Emperor!
That makes me even more excited. I was really excited, but knowing it's a sequel, that's even more exciting.
40,000 Bolt Gun and purge the taint of chaos on PC, PS5, Xbox Series, PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch.
Warning! Bolt Gun is an unyielding blend of old and new intensified by the most radiant 256 color palette that will literally
Melt your brain!
Fuck the amble! Kill it! That's good. That's good. Did he say something about Titus at the beginning?
When the ruin of boundless dimensions prevent the darkness. Bolt Gun is a gory, rapid fire.
When did he talk about Titus? I don't know. No, fuck it. It looks so good. It looks so... I'm so excited for it. So, yes, I'm going to sit and play it. Start to finish, one sitting. Can I do it? You know? You know? Stream ends when I beat Bolt Gun. That's the title. You missed it, Josh.
Fire boomer shooter blast from the past. Take control of a mighty stern
The very,
guard
very end.
veteran.
Oh. I did literally just miss it. I did just miss it. Fair enough. I will finish the work Captain Titus started. That's cool. It doesn't pick up on the captions. That's been. That's sick. That's so good. Be hilarious if it's Dark Souls hard. I'll be playing it on hard. I don't know how many difficulty levels there are. I'm not going to play it on normal. I presume there's a hard mode. I presume there's hard mode, and that's what we're going to play it on. So, it looks so good. It looks so good. Would you watch that? Would you watch that? Or would you be like, I'm going to go play it myself, which I might also be like, yeah, fair enough. The narrator sounds like a JoJo narrator. Similar. That's Rahul Kohli from Play on Tabletop. No, that's Rahul Kohli, the famous actor. Did you see the advert preview? We're going to look through it today. Maybe Georgie played it. Right, Geek, I'm going to have to time you out, mate. I'm going to have to time you out. I know, that's really cool. I didn't realise it was a sequel. Or like a loose sequel, you know? I didn't realise it was like in the same universe. That's really cool. So, and Ungriah on the same planet. Look at me, knowing the lore, though. We saw you playing Zelda in easy mode. There is no easy mode in Zelda. It's all Dark Souls mode. Shut up. Talking rubbish. But I'm sorry, I fucking Zelda's so good. I wish I would streamed it a bit more. Because I went on it for a couple of hours yesterday. I was like, I'll just play it for a little bit, then do some work. And then I just didn't. So I should have just streamed it. I should have just streamed it. But are you excited for Bolt Gun? Or would you prefer to watch a stream? Here we go. Answer. Buying Bolt Gun? Bolt Gun. Watching me play Bolt Gun. Watching Bolt Gun stream. Me. Neither. Ban me. Answer now. 12 hours of Mikey streaming. Is there a shorter version of the game? No. It's not easy mode, it's seal mode. Fuck you. Fuck you, bro. But yeah, it'll be that. It will be that. Is there a multiplayer? I don't think so. I don't think so, but I was just on the Steam page. Single player. Yeah, single player. I've already bought it. Fair play. I can't vote with that spelling. Cringe. 41% are going to watch me play it. Wowzer. That's a lot. I was expecting more people to go out and buy it. I was expecting the buying bulk goods to be a lot higher. But I guess a lot of people get burned with like Warhammer games. I guess that's a bit of a problem. A lot of Warhammer games are bad. So like, whilst I'm super hyped, I'm also a bit like, what if it's shit? Why not option for both? Nah, mate. Can we get a watch Georgie player option? No, she'll be at work unless it comes out in the evening, and she detests shooters. But listen, it's about me, all right? It's not about Georgie. Shut up. I'm the professional. I'm the star of the show. She won't be taking my spotlight ever again. She's banned from the channel. She's banned. She's just banned her now. I answered without knowing the question. I mean, the question is, like, quite obvious. When Georgie comes on the show, I'm banning you, mate. Every time, I'm going to ban the word Georgie at this rate. I'm going to ban Georgie. Just the name. Her name. None of this. Like, look at this I have to deal with now. Look at this I have to deal with now. What the fuck's this? This is bullshit. So bullshit. Look what Magoo's doing. Pay attention to me now. Why don't you all love me anymore? Why have you all fall out with me? Look at this. This is a political meme. It's bullshit. The Tom meme was brutally funny. The top. Oops. Excuse me. Oops. I don't know if anyone was on there. Click the wrong button. No. Thank God. Could have been anything there. Jesus. Whoa. Excited. Excited times. Excited times, yeah. Warhammer community talking to Hellstormwargaming. Poor Tom. Poor Tom. Oh, he's at the bottom of the depth. Oh, he's bottom of the pool. Bottom of the pecking order. Woo. Tom, always at the bottom of the pecking order. What can we say? So, energy being a successful game designer, will you still be an influencer or an employer at a business? Georgie's done an RPG already. So, for those who don't know, Georgie's wrote an RPG. So, like a roleplay game to give out at Games Expo. It's super cool. It's called Knife to a Gunfight. It's like a cowboy RPG, like free to play. It's just like she's got like a little QR code for you to scan. Really cute. Because me and Georgie, are you going to Games Expo knowing that 50% of you are going to come down and watch me? Oh, not Q&A. That's cringe. Paul time. Paul. Attending. UKG. Yeah, because me and Georgie and Tom and Elliot are all going down to the UK Games Expo next weekend. And she's like wrote an RPG to give away because we're doing press. I'm press, you know what I mean? I applied. I'm dragging Georgie along with me. She's lucky. But yeah, so she's wrote an RPG to give away there. But are you guys attending Games Expo? And if not, what coverage would you like to see? Magoo, how you doing, buddy? Just got here about me banned. I am gonna have to ban you. Disgraceful memes. So if you can't make it, what memes? what coverage would you like to see? Because obviously we're going down as press, so we're going to be like filming and stuff. You couldn't pay me to go down south. Fair. Interview Georgie. We like those. Very popular. Bastard. Fair. Is it going to be available anywhere else? I don't really know, because it's kind of like a Games Expo thing. So she might make it available online afterwards, but the point is, it's like to get it at Games Expo. Mikey will be a playtester for Georgie leaking her rules. It's a fun game. It's fun. I had a hand in making a suggestion, so I basically wrote it. So Mikey reporting things that happen at event. That's depressing. Master Arcade, mate. Come on now. Come on, mate. Come on. That was poor. That was poor, mate. Mikey's content these last few years has just been a very long warm-up pack for Georgie, the true star of Hellstorm. Excellent. I was like, you know what? I'll use Georgie for clicks, and now I'm feeling the repercussions. And none of the benefits. None of the benefits. Become a member right now. Make me feel the benefit. Subscribe to Georgie's membership. Press join. We're gonna have a Georgie tier. Will there be any painting competitions? I don't know. I don't actually know. I'm excited to go down because I've never been to the Games Expo. But it's like, obviously it's like tabletop as a whole. Board gaming, war games, everything. Rather than just like Warhammer. You should be using Georgie thumbnails now. I literally have for the past 2 videos. Okay, it's Georgie both thumbnails. So... But I'm not feeling the benefits, I'm only feeling the repercussions. So become a member right now, or I quit. Which means Georgie quits as well. Well, it's quite surprising. I'm surprised not a lot of people are going to Games Expo, but I always forget, like, because there's Warhammer there, but it's like, it's not loads of it. But they will have 10th edition models you'll be able to see without queuing, probably. Is Georgie a member? I don't think so. She might be. Georgie hype time. Yes, I can see that. So I'm excited. I'm excited because it'll be a bit different as well. It'll be like Warhammer Fest, but with a bit more stuff going on, and just as many people, probably more well organized. But I'm excited to go and hang out and like play some board games and stuff. Play something a little bit different. Play some other tabletop date games. Look at some Star Wars stuff. I know, cringe. Looking at Star Wars, cringe. But yeah, if there's anything you want me to go have a look at, like obviously, like let me know in chat or like say it, tell me in Discord. Just let me know and I'll try and get some coverage of it. Most of the Warhammer Fest going is not on the high bar.
Ask Cubicle 7 to Chaos Cat Girl Coaster, please.
Ask Cubicle 7 to Chaos Cat Girl Coaster. I won't ask them to get... Oh, to sign the Chaos Cat Girl Coaster. Something tells you they won't. Something tells you they won't, but thanks to the team, mate. Really appreciate it. I was like, what do you mean to Chaos Cat Girl Coaster? Just like ask them to make a coaster. I don't think they will. Moonstone. What's Moonstone? Except for that thing that evolves Clefairy in Pokemon. Moonstone is a whimsical fantasy skirmish game for 2 to 4 players. Players compete to collect as many stones as possible before breaking of dawn, with buddy combat and almost inevitable outcome with such a prize in sight. They're cool. They're cute. This website is like... I do feel like I'm in 1995. Miniatures. Human. You know what? I'm going to say it. I do hate this base. I don't know why. I don't know why people use these bases, like companies, but I do hate them. In War Machine, I hated it, and I hate them now. The models are cute, though. Gnomes. Georgia will love those. She won't love the gnomes, but she'll love the fairies. Vesper. I love a Vesper. Nice. That was fun. I'll try and check it out. It's called Gaming Game with Fairy Tale Miniatures. Looks cute. Looks very cute. There's a video game in the 90s that was called Moonstone. You played a knight and inflicted horrible violence on many monsters and had it inflicted on you by a dragon. Well then. Is that different? Is this the same? Oh yeah, it is the same. So it's from 2021. Interesting. Interesting. However, let us begin talking about drama time. This isn't the right song. This is too chill. Drama time, chat. Let's get some hype in the chat. Let's get some, I don't know, oofs. Get some pogs in the chat for the drama. It's time to talk about drama because there has been some more previews from old Games Workshop talking about some new rules. And everybody is selling their army. You know, would anyone else, you know? Would anyone else be complaining? No, it's every single Facebook group is complaining. Everybody's selling their armies because it's all rubbish. Their armies have no flavour. There's no lore behind it. You know? What drama could you possibly have caused while playing Zelda on a weekend? It's not me. I never cause a drama, except for sometimes when I do cause it. But I'm basically gonna sell my army because it's all shit. They're making the game less lethal. Unless they do it to my army. What the fuck? Excuse me? Excuse me? What do you mean you're making my army worse? Oh, why? What do you mean you're making my army worse? I thought you were making the game less lethal, except for me. Except for me. So it's been fun. It's been fun. There's been some interesting previews. I've not looked at them. But I have looked at everyone complaining about it because that's fun. That's very fun. Hold up. I thought Georgie was going to speak to you from now on. I said I liked you today, Pete. I said I liked you today. I'm out. I'm leaving. The mic stand. This is me. We should just get a picture of me on here, shouldn't we? On the microphone stand. This is me. Have you been nights or Eldar? No, mate. Eldar tomorrow. This is me now. I'm the mic stand. As someone who left all the groups years ago due to new codex drama, it's good to have Mikey making the sacrifice for the rest of us. That's true. That's true. That's true. I do. I go into the trenches. I sludge through the shit to get what we need. You know? Buy, drop yourself. Thanks, guys. I'm glad that everyone's really happy to have me here. Anyway, yeah, so every time a new faction focus comes out, everybody just gets really mad. So let's have a look what they're getting mad about. That's all we got. There's nothing else happening. There's no real drama, except for Facebook groups are imploding. Is that drama? A little bit. Is it boring? Yeah. It's happened every single edition and every single time a codex comes out. And it is a bit of a drag. But here we go. Let's have a look. We can have a chat about it. We can analyse because we're the professionals and they're not. The Sisters of Battle. Let's have a look. Faction rules. Acts of Faith. If your army is Adeptus Sororitas, if your army with the ability to perform one act of faith per phase. This is done using miracle dice. There's crazy Twitter lady not saying anything new. No, not yet. If your army faction Adeptus Sororitas, you get one miracle dice at the start of each turn, and each time a unit is destroyed of your own. Each time you gain a miracle dice, roll a d6. The number you value is the miracle dice. This value cannot be changed or re-rolled unless it specifically rules says otherwise. Keep your miracle dice one side. That's all the same as we know now. Before making a dice roll for a model or unit from your army with the Act of Faith ability, if you have one or more dice in your miracle dice pool, that unit can perform an Act of Faith. If it does, select one dice from your miracle dice pool to substitute that dice roll. If the roll contains one or more dice, e.g. a charge roll, only a single dice can be substituted. The dice that is being used to substitute is not rolled, instead the value of selected miracle dice is as if it had been rolled. Each miracle dice can only be selected for a substitution once. Once all miracle dice is substituted to be made, remove the chosen miracle dice from the miracle dice pool and roll all remaining substituted dice that are part of that dice roll. That's interesting. You have to roll it first. So you do that before you roll any other dice. And you can use it for advanced battle shock, charge, damage, hit, save, or wound. It's basically a command point. It's pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same as we've got now. But we've got Blood of Martyrs. So the Hallowed Martyrs, detachment rule. Each time a Detective Sorority's mortal from your army makes an attack, add one to the hit roll if that model's unit is below starting strength. And add on to wound roll if it's below half. So that's pretty strong. I think that's pretty decent. And obviously if you have a starting strength of 1, you consider below starting strength as lost 1 or more wounds. Obviously half strength is always half the wounds. So that is pretty good. It's obviously less flavourful than getting like +1 attack, +1 AP, or like ignoring movement penalties. But you know, we start a new game, so +1 to hit and then +1 to wound every time you take whatever you've taken damage or half damage. It's pretty good. Let's have a look at the Triumph of St. Catherine. So it's got 6 bolt pistols that hits on 2s. It's got 18 relic weapons, which are hit on 2s, strength 5 minus 1 damage. It has, at the start of the battle round, select up to 2 of the abilities of the relics of the matriarch section. And what I've noticed is a lot of special characters, Guilliman, Abaddon, Triumph, etc., have a bunch of abilities, but you can only choose a limited amount. So like all of the Codex is like 3 abilities that Guilliman can choose from, and this is the same. Now I know that Triumph of St. Catherine has always been like this, but every other character has been like this as well, which is interesting. So, what can you have? You can have, while a friendly Adeptus Sororities unit within 6 of his model, if that unit is destroyed, the miracle dice you gain is automatically 6. You can increase leadership. You can, while a friendly unit is within 6 inches, you can perform any number of active phase per phase instead of only 1. That's pretty strong, but obviously you're not going to have that many all the time. You can have +1 attack for rapid fire weapons. Pretty pog, pretty decent, making them rapid fire 3 rather than rapid fire 2, etc. You can have Feeling of Pain, pretty strong that one. Feeling of Pain is pretty decent. And while a friendly Adeptus Sorority unit is within 6 inches of this model, they have lethal hits. And I think lethal hits is 6 to hit auto wounds. Sounds lethal to me. So that's pretty decent. That's pretty decent. So it's got 4% bun. It only degrades at 5 wounds. What's interesting is it is infantry. So Triumph of St. Catherine is obviously on a huge base. It's on an oval base, a flight stand almost. And before it was like had a bunch of wounds, but now it doesn't have towering, and it has infantry keyword, so you can walk through walls, which is pretty good. These are just basically the Martyred Lady abilities from 9, so they've made the overall faction of our Martyred Lady. I imagine every other faction is also becoming box out sub-faction. Yeah, for sure, like Ultramarines feel like they would play the Gladius Task Force, for example. So, which I'm saying Catherine being infantry is interesting. It also means it used to have too many wounds where you couldn't hide it, even though it was just a bunch of ladies. But it is only T3, but it's got 18 wounds. So, that's pretty fun. That's a pretty fun unit. Obviously 4% run, 3 up save, a bunch of attacks. It's good, really good screen clearer, even though you can't get it there. So because it's a leader, you can attach it to a squad. So it has the leader, the core leader keyword ability. So you might be able to attach it to something. That's a very good spot. And obviously you can only attach this unit to something that it says it's allowed to. So that'll be on the back of the card. But it does look like you can attach it to something, yeah. Can you fit Triumphant and Rhino? Potentially. It'll tell you how many it counts as. I doubt it, but you know. But yeah, that is something to be aware of. It's like you might be able to attach it to a unit, and also it's infantry, so it can hide behind obscuring, or so hide behind ruins. and it can walk through walls. So that's quite interesting. So, you know, like, it's got decent attacks. It's obviously a buff piece. You're not going to be reusing it aggressively, but you have the option, so which is always nice. You got the Adeptus Sororitas. They're the battle line backbone of every Adeptus Sororitas army with the ability to make the most of it. Miracle Dice and Acts of Faith. So 6 up in bun, T3, counts as 2, 1 wound. It's a sister squad. It doesn't look any different. We got the heavy flamer, the normal flamer. I've noticed the heavy flamer is strength 6 and the normal flamer is strength 5. So that is different because obviously the normal flamer is normally strength 4 and the heavy flamer is strength 5. So that's got up in strength. The melter gun's obviously strength 9 minus 4 d6 with melter 2, so double damage in half range, plus damage in half range. The multi-melter is strength 9, but 2 shots in 18-inch range, so it's slightly shorter range. They're like that in 9th. Ah, okay, maybe that's just me then. Bolt guns. Now, Battle Sister Squad, bolt guns are rapid fire 1. A lot of the bolt guns are going to flash 2 shots. They put the Skelly Girl on the roof bars when they want to go Rhino. Excellent. Chainsword hits on a 4. All weapon skill 4 is normal. You've got Cherub. You've got Defenders of Faith. At the end of your command phase, for each objective marker you control that has 1 or more unit from your army with this ability on it, you gain 1 miracle dice. That's really strong. That's really, really good. And obviously then you got the Simulacrum, so each time a unit is destroyed, you gain a miracle dice there. So you got like a little miracle dice battery there, which is really nice. So it's interesting to see each bolt gun variant roll out. Yeah, exactly, because this one is different to a Space Marine, right? The Space Marine or like the Chaos Space Marine one was just 2 shots, whereas this one is 1 shot with rapid fire. So that represents what do they call it? There's obviously Space Marine rule if they stand still, they can shoot twice at full range, and now they just got that all the time. So Cherub's really good. When you've done Active Faith, you get a miracle dice. So basically, you use one, you roll 1 back into the pool. That's really strong. We've got a weapon spotlight. So we've got the Exorcist conflagration rockets and Exorcist missile launchers. So obviously, the Exorcist, the big organ rhino thing. So it has 2 modes of fire. It's got blast, heavy, ignores cover, indirect fire. So it's got like a shard shot for killing infantry. Heavy ignores cover and indirect fire. Indirect fire is weapons with indirect fire in their profile known as indirect weapons, and attacks can be made with them even if the target is not visible to the attacking model. These attacks can destroy any model in the target unit, even though none may have been visible to the attacking unit when you selected the target. If no models in the target unit are visible to the attacking unit when you select that target, each time a model in that attacking unit makes an attack against that unit with an indirect weapon, -1 to hit, and the benefit of cover. So that's a little bit worse than what we've got now, because you've got... So currently, indirect now is you reduce the ballistic skill of the unit, and you give them +1 save, which means when something's in cover and you can't see it, you give it +1 save and cover. Now you only give it cover, so it's only going to really get +1 to its save rather than +2. And you're only -1 to hit rather than minusing the ballistic skill. So if you've got anything that gives you +1 to hit, it happily cancels it out, such as blast, because blast weapons, if you stand still... No, not blast weapons, heavy, sorry. Heavy weapons, if you stand still, you get +1 to hit. So if the Exorcist stays still, it's still going to be hitting on 3s with an indirect weapon, which is a very different compared to what it is now, for example. So that's an interesting one, but it also has ignores cover. So the Exorcist, while it says indirect weapons give you -1 to hit and the enemy gets benefits of cover, if the Exorcist sits still, it ignores the -1 to hit and ignores cover. So that's it, Bolter Discipline. Thank you, that's enough. So that's quite interesting. So obviously you got like the frag shots, and then you got the direct shots. D6 +2, strength 10, -2 D6 damage. That's pretty good. That's pretty strong. Indirect grants cover, immediately ignore cover. Yeah, exactly, because like currently it gives +1 save, which it wouldn't ignore. So you'd have like, you reduce the ballistic skill by 1, the AP by 1. But yeah, so like indirect giving cover and then immediately ignoring cover. That's quite interesting. And I think there's going to be a lot of that. I'm just saying, every indirect weapon pretty much currently is heavy. So all of them are just going to try and stand still. But obviously you can move and shoot. which means you're just hitting on your normal ballistic skill with -1 to hit. But then there's probably going to be ways to get +1 to hit. There's other rules that you can probably stack on that unit by using characters, etc. Or just like, you know, like for example, you got lethal hit, so you might be -1 to hit, but the 6 is to hit auto wound. But yeah, you just stay still. You get +1 to hit again. Ignore the minus and ignore cover with the Exorcist. That seems pretty pog. Now, obviously, it's all going to be dependent on how many points these units are, because we have no idea how many points everything is. We don't know if everything's gone up, gone down, stay the same. Really good stuff gone up, everything else gone down. We don't know. We got nothing, so we're just guessing. But indirect seems pretty. Indirect is essentially got better in the new edition, even though it sounds the same. It's actually a lot better. But if those units are really expensive, then it's fine. It's when they're not. Wow, Mikey, is that sunlight in the window? I know. I've been allowed out. There's actually a window open. There's fresh air coming in. It's crazy. Or if it takes a win, does it get +1 to hit? Oh, there's. Now we're talking. These are why we do this live. This is why we do this live. If the Exorcist takes a wound, right, it gets +1 to hit. Okay. So then it's going to be hitting on 2s. Then it can't see its opponent, so then it's hitting on 3s. But then it stands still, so it's hitting on 2s again. Because you have +1, -1. I presume they're keeping the +1, -1 stack. You know, you can't go more than +1 or more than -1. So the Exorcist can actually sit still and hit on 2s. As long as it's taken a single wound. You're going to like drive it out and be like, hello, hello, please shoot me. Does one wound, drives it back, hits on 2s for the rest of the game. Or you're going to be like, right, this Rhino, please blow up. Please blow up, Rhino. Please blow up, Rhino. 3 Exorcists all take 1 mortal wound. Ha ha! And it's just like, our cannons will blacken the skies. Oh, mate. Oh, mate. It's going to be awful. Our cannons will blacken the skies. Everything just rains hit PS2. Oh, mate. No wonder none of the Sisters players are complaining. No wonder the Sisters players aren't complaining. They're loving it. They're like, listen, lads, 3 Exorcists out of the back. 3 Exorcists hitting on 2s, lads. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. 36-inch range. That's good on most deployments. If you deploy right. Because obviously we're on a small board, presumably. If you only use a miracle dice for your blow-up test. Just keep your Exorcists in the deployment against Admech. Admech are going to auto give them +2s to hit. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no, it's all over. It's all over. Everyone's going to hit on 2s. Way! Ah, anyway. So, yeah, that's going to be fun. What else we got? If you're expecting swarms aliens, well, that's that. More than Val. Lance of Illumination. Devastating wounds on strike. So obviously 6 is the wound, are mortals. Hits on a 2, 5 attack strength 8, -2, 3 damage. And the sweep, 10 attacks. Hits on 2, strength 5, -1, 1 damage. That's pretty good. Hey, Pickle Jar, how you doing, buddy? Also, strength 5 AP0 isn't all that impressive without any kinds of buff. Yeah, but it's 3d6 plus however many models in the unit shots. It's a lot of shots. It's a lot of DACA. But it's this one that also hits on 2s. D6 plus 2 all the time. Hitting on 2s. Strength 10 -2 D6. It just murders any vehicle that they've got. Obviously, strength 10 is relatively low in the new edition, but it's still strong. It'll pick up heavy infantry, for example. Something's going to hold your objectives. We're going to pick those up. Do you think the +1 -1 cap is remaining? I would like put like 500 quid on it. They like that, I think. Yeah, 3d6 plus 2 on a 10-man unit. Yeah, if like 10-man cultists, rips them up. You know? Rips up 10-man cultists holding the objective in the back. Rips up orcs. It's going to rip up, like, you can use the heavy shots to rip up, like, most heavy infantry. Custodians won't like it, because it's like d6 damage and minus loads. Indirect's going to be an issue in 10th. It looks like they might have made it an issue, but we'll see. Again, points. If the Exorcists are really good, but also 300 points a model, we're probably going to be fine. Let's rejoice the fallen with our first stratagem. You can use this in your opponent's shooting phase when it's just finished shooting. You can use one of your Adeptus Sorority unit that was from your army that have one or more of its models destroyed as a result of attacking units, which also means that you'll get +1 to hit because of Armated Lady bonus. And you can shoot as if it were your shooting phase, but it must only target that enemy unit when doing so. It can only do so if that unit is eligible. That's a good strat. That's a good strat. 1 CP, shoot back. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like that. That's pretty strong. That is pretty strong. So you shoot, lose a model, no longer starting strength, get +1 to hit, shoot back. You know, I like it. I like it a lot. So we have to have a model destroyed, so it means characters can't do it, tanks can't do it. So indirect is only an issue if you don't have it. That's true. That's true. So that's pretty pog. That's pretty good. So it says use it on Retributor Squad. Obviously, if a Retributor Squad gets targeted, does it dash straight away? You can shoot back, which is pretty good. Let's have a look. We got any other thing? We're able to capture the themes of self-sacrifice with Martyred Detachment. So captures rise to the resolve and strengthens even. I'm on one today. I keep slurring my words. Sorry, everyone. I don't have anything else really, but that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Busy editing today after a long day at work. Pickle, you'll be happy to know I've finished my script. Okay, just you know what that means. It's only been like 3 months in the making. I finished the script. Then I took the windows down to let some light in, and then the curtain disintegrated. It became dust, so I couldn't film today. This is the remains of the curtain, as you can see. So be warned. I'm dropping shells, mate. Mikey can write. I can type. That's what I can do. I can use ChatGPT to type out what I want. I use audio diction into ChatGPT. That's what I do. So that's Sisters of Battle anyway. Sisters of Battle looking pretty pog. No wonder no one is selling a Sisters army, but everybody is selling a Leagues of Votan army, so I've heard. Because they've also had a faction preview. Mikey, I'm on the right. I am, it's true. It's true. Ginger Steven! Ginger Steve, mate, thank you so much for the 35 months at coaching level. That's the highest level, chat. Our only coaching level at the minute, but it's our highest level tier as a membership. So thank you very much, Ginger Steve. That is very kind of you. All this does not stack well with curtains. It's really weird. It's really weird. Long story, what's been covering my curtains is like an extra part that I bought from a really cheap green screen from many years ago. Actually made of plastic. It's not actually material. I don't think I have a bit there anymore. Maybe this bit. No, that's just disintegrated. Anyway, because it was in front of the sun for so long, it's like just become dust. It just disintegrated. So I'm gonna buy some more stuff. I'm a little shocked. Jesus Christ, took your time. I know. It's not like I've been working on this entire time. but anyway. So Leagues of Votan have had their new faction rules shown off today. Not today. Last week. And they've been nerfed, guys. Anyone selling a Votan army? Anyone? Literally everyone. Leagues of Votan have had a bit of a hit. They've had their lethality dropped considerably, but I think it's okay. I think their new rule is much better for the health of the game. But here we go. Eye of the Ancestors. If your army faction is Leagues of Votan, each time an enemy destroys a Votan unit, that unit gains a judgment token. So currently the Eye of the Ancestors, if you have a judgment token, it lets you automatically wound lethal hits on a 6+. If you have 2, lethal hits on a 5+. If you have 3, lethal hits on a 4+. Ridiculous. Now what you're going to get? You're going to get +1 to hit against that unit. and plus on hitting wound. That's really good. That's really, really good, I think. No, it's not what we have now. But arguably, what we have now is absolutely dumb. It counts as a 6. It counts a 4 counts as a 6. A 4 to hit counts as a 6 to wound. It's dumb. I know they don't have that now, but that's how it was written when it first came out. So I like that. I think it's really good. It's essentially the same as our Martyred Lady we just looked at, but it's just like it just sets up a little bit differently. You get plus 1 to hit by having a judgment token rather than taking damage. You know. But the big one is not this. Ruthless Efficiency, the detachment rule for Oathband. At the start of the battle, select 1 unit from your opponent's army. That unit starts the battle with 2 judgment tokens. If, at the start of any of your command phases, that enemy unit is destroyed, you gain a number of CP depending on how early in the battle that you destroyed it, as shown below. So that's really fun. So this is like the judgment, you know? It's like, I've got my book, I wrote your name down, I'm looking at you. It's like the Carl is like over there at the back of the battlefield, like, with his little book, his little notepad, little quill. And he's like, how do you spell that again? And gives them 2 judgment tokens to start the game. So that's the whole point. It's like they're like judging that 1 unit, and then depending on how quickly you kill it, you get this CP. Now, obviously in a game where you get 1 CP a turn and start with 0, that's going to be pretty good if you get it the first or second turn. So, honestly, I like these changes. Played this game Sunday against Monster Mash Nids, and it felt awful rolling so many dice and then going, those are all wounds, and then here's another bunch of wounds. So, yeah, that's fair. So this is really cool. And no, it's not as strong as other ones, but we also don't know the points. That's the thing, chat. Everyone's like, it's not, it's really rubbish. But also, they might be really cheap, so you get fucking loads of them. So I really like Ruthless Efficiency. I think it's a great detachment rule. I think it's really good. Especially if you're going against big stuff that can't hide, but we'll see. So, but the Unique Spotlight, the one that everyone's complaining about. The one that everyone's complaining about. They're complaining about the fact that it's all Ballistic Skill 4 or 5. So, obviously, pretty much every weapon is Ballistic Skill 4, bar the Magnum Rail Rifle, which has devastating wounds. So, 6 to wound Immortals, like it has now. So, that like it has now. So, essentially, that's what it does if you roll a 6 to wound. But yeah, so strength 12, minus 3, D3 plus 3. So, it's even better. My mic keeps buzzing. What do you mean it's buzzing? I can't see any interference. In what way is it buzzing? Are you sure it's not just going to move in it? If I move it, it'll make a noise. When you move it. Oh, it's going to make a noise when I move it. You have to donate so I can get a better microphone, clearly. It's Des's phone. It could be. It's picking up the adult toy. Ah, the one in my ass. Thank you. So yeah, but the problem is with this weapon, 18-inch range. That is cringe. That is pretty great. Ooh, not that one. That one. There. That is cringe. 18-inch range is pretty rubbish. But they have Eye of the Ancestors, but they also have Luck Has, Needs Keeps, Toil Earns. At the end of your command phase, if this unit is within range of an objective marker you control, that objective marker remains in control, even if you have no models within range of it. Wait. I've seen this rule before. I've seen this rule before. Why has it got another different name? They keep putting this on. They said they we're going to have loads of different names with the same rule. And they've shown 5 different ways. 5 different names for the same rule. Hilarious. That's actually hilarious. Maybe they're buzzing like 2005 way. Man, that's buzzing. Yeah, maybe. So they've got a universal special rule, but also haven't used it. So that's quite funny. That's quite funny. But it's like, at least it's not over the top because there won't be much here anyway. So. But you got a pan spectral scanner, which gives you ignore cover. Comms array, every time you target a unit, you get a CP back on a 5+, which is cool. And then Medipack, 6 up Feeling No Pain, and a Wii Field Crest, 4 up in 1. So all of these abilities are really good. Obviously, they're all war gear, so they're going to cost points, probably. But yeah, a lot of the weapons have been nerfed, it seems like. The Bolter is always rapid fire. It's Hunter. You know, like, they obviously always had Hunter. But, like, you know, it's always shooting 2 shots. The Ion Blaster is still strength 5 -2, which is pretty good at 18 inch range. So now you're probably going to see Ion Magna Rail Rifle units, which is probably pretty good. You got the Highlights Auto Rifle, which is not bad. Assault, so you can move, advance, and shoot with it. Rapid Fire 3, so it's going to be 6 shots within 12 inches. Strength 6 has 1 damage, not bad. The Plasma Beamer, pretty good. Sustained hits, so 6 is the hit, a D3 additional hits per shot. They're all pretty good, but they're all hit on 4s. They did need to make sticky objects in the USR. I agree. So it's a pretty good data sheet, but the problem is the 4+ BS. Spectral pan scanner. Yeah, it's a ghost of kitchenware. What they do is they scan to see if there's any rice left in the bottom of the pan after you burned it. That's what they've got. So yeah, it seems pretty decent, but yeah, like, people complain because the ballistic skill is really nerfed, and obviously judgment token's not nerfed at the same time. So that's one of those things. It might be really cheap. We don't know. So, but also toughness 5, and they lost void armor as well. So now they actually suffer. AP, and you can reroll wounds against them. So they do get a +1 to hit against anything with token. I agree. Which means the army would be hitting on 2s pretty much everywhere. But yeah, that's why people are complaining. So losing void armor is the biggest one. You can reroll wounds against them if you have any way to reroll wounds, and also they suffer all of the AP, but the AP is significantly dropped, so you're probably going to be taking similar saves, but you technically don't have it. So, but you also have a 6+ Feel No Pain for the Medipack, which is good. So, can we pull one out for the Hunter weapons? No, everyone's got Hunter weapons now. But also you got the Land Fortress. Now the big one here is it doesn't have an invulnerable save, which, because obviously has a 4+ invulnerable save as far as I'm aware. Toughness 12, so obviously gone up in toughness, because it's currently toughness 8, but it obviously lost void armor. 2 up save, 16 wounds, counts as 5 on an objective, but it doesn't have an invuln. In shooting phase, after this model is shot, select one unit it scored a hit against. This phase until the end of the phase. Each time a friendly model that disembarked from this transport this turn makes an attack that targets enemy unit, you can re-roll the wound roll. It doesn't have an invuln now only because of Emir subfaction. Ah, that's true. Only has an invuln because of Emir. No, that's true. I forgot about that. So there you go. So fire support, a very, very good role. A very, very good roll. So obviously you could put like a pretty good shooting unit in the back, pop it out. You could put the grav cannon guys in the back, pop them out. Now they're re-rolling wounds. What are they called? I don't remember. You got like the 3. Is it Thunderkin? Put the Thunderkin in the back, pop them out, shoot multiple units, 2 units of Thunderkin out the back, pop. You know? That's going to be pretty strong. That's going to be really strong. But there we go. Let's have a look at the actual weapons. But before I do, I want to hear your Necron take 1 sentence. Go. Necrons, 10th edition. Stop being a bitch. You got the Ion Cannon. D6 +3. 4's the hit. Strength 9 -2. 2 shots. Only 24 inch range. Really good. Heavy Magna Rail Cannon, strength 18, D6 +6. Bam. Hecaton Warhead, that's the 1 shot. We don't care too much for that. It's pretty decent though. Conversion Beamer, so strength 10, hits on 4s, -2, 4 damage. Sustained hit, so 6 to hit, D3 and extra hits. Each time an attack is made with this weapon, if the target is more than 12 inches away, an unmodified hit roll of a 4 scores a critical hit. So critical hit being automatically wound. So that's pretty good. The Conversion Beamer not really looked like conversion, a very good rule. So if you're more than 12 inches away, which the transport probably is, that's pretty good. And the bolt cannons and iron beamers are pretty strong. I like the bolt cannon. Sustained hits, twin links, so it's rerolling wounds. Pan spectral scanner, range weapons equipped to get ignore cover. That's a really good unit. The critical hit activates a sustained hit. Ah, yes, critical hit is a 6+, isn't it? My apologies, it's not automatically wound, that's lethal hits. Sorry. My apologies. My apologies. So the conversion beam over 12, on the 4 to hit, it counts as a 6, which gets it an additional D3 hits. My apologies. My apologies, I got that wrong. The beamer is fairly broken looking. Yeah, when you read it right, the beamer is still pretty good. So a critical hit means the 4+ will count as a 6+. Obviously, like I'm thinking lethal hits, where lethal hits is that count a 6 to hit counts as a wound. Ah, universal special rules, guys. It's going to take a little while for everyone to remember them, you know? It's going to take a little while. Beamer be strong. Beamer's pretty good. Conversion beamer's pretty good. So, well, as I said, here we go. Thunderkin, also with conversion beamers. One shot, hits on a 4. Strength 7, -1, 3 damage. You know? Sustained hits D3. So put them more than 24 inches away. Hit a conversion beamer. Shoot more conversion beamers. All reroll to wound. Conversion beamer seems good against elite infantry. It's very good against elite infantry because of the flat damage. You don't see a lot of flat 4 damage or flat 3 damage on infantry. The Beamer-mobile. Yeah, exactly. Nagel's Chop Shop. Beam-mobile. You know? Big beamer. Loads of little other guns as well. Really, really good. Really, really good. Good against light vehicles as well with damage 4. Yeah, very good. So, yeah, that could be a little tech piece, you know? That could be a little tech piece of having the land forces pop out, 2 units of Thunder King come out, or with beamers. Obviously, we don't know what other weapons they do, but it's nice to think about. So they've also got a stratagem, 2 CP, so kind of expensive. Using your opponent's shooting phase after a enemy unit that has 1 or more judgment tokens resolved its attacks. 1 Lisa Votan unit from your army that was selected as a target of 1 or more attacks. You can shoot back. So it's the same. They have the same ability as Sisters, except you don't need to take damage, and it's 2 CP, and it has to have a judgment token. So it's a little bit harder than Sisters. So they have the same stratagem as Sisters, just a little bit more difficult to trigger it, which is interesting. So the Lisa Votan definitely got hit in the dick, it seems. Is there anything else there? No, I don't think so. But yeah, like +1 to hit, +1 to wound from the faction ability because of the judgment tokens. Killing that unit early to get loads of CP. Spreading CP to shoot back. Using the land fortress as a buff piece for the other units popping out of it. That's pretty good. It's any unit as well. Your land fortress. That's true. So the land fortress could shoot back. Lisa Votan will get points cut to offset. Yeah, Lisa Votan will be a lot cheaper than they are now, I think. Even though they are so good at shooting, I think they are very expensive. They're suffering the sins of coming out and being stupidly broken right now. So, that's why it's 2 CP. Yeah, that makes sense, Mardy Marv. Yeah, 2 CP makes a lot more sense when you consider that the land fortress can shoot back for 2 CP, because it's any Lisa Votan unit rather than a unit that takes damage. I'm going to sit down again. I'm trying not to break my cables. Please don't break anything. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yoink. So I think Votan will be a lot cheaper. That's for sure. That's for sure. Votan are going to feel a lot cheaper than they are now. I think. Cheaper units equal more sales. True. True. But also just more healthy the game, because it'll be less punishing to play, because Votan are very punishing to play. Because like they are really, really strong right now. But if you make a mistake and lose a unit, your efficiency drops significantly. So having more units that are less efficient is better for more players, because it's a little bit easier. You can make more mistakes and still do well. rather than being like a high skill cap army that's very good at killing stuff, but if you make a mistake, then you just lose your army. Nobody wants that. Nobody ever wants that, you know? Everybody wants a game. They want stuff to die, but they also want to be able to play the game. So, so that's pretty good. So the big one we can talk about, the one that the thumbnail was taken from, is Faction World Eaters. So the strat is better. Yeah, the strat is better than the one it has now, but my favourite part is they removed all the, well, actually, you can't do that rules. It was the worst part of Votan. Yeah, Votan always seemed like there was such a toolbox of like, oh, you do this and I do this, and you do this and I do this, and I've got Void Armor, and you can't reroll, and I automatically wound you on a hit roll. It's really dumb. It didn't make a lot of sense. And like that's where like a lot of the 9th edition like mindset went to. It said, give everything a lot of ignore stuff. Like we saw so much ignore invulnerable saves. When invulnerable saves are supposed to be the thing, you know, it's like, you are so cool, you always have a save. Then they're like, yeah, we'll ignore that. And then we'll make demons so they don't, they ignore. So. So that's what you saw in 9th edition, which is a bit of a bad way to do it. So it feels like they're like trying to rein it in a bit. I think that was a lot of the problems with 9th edition. Everything was a little bit too killy. Because you wanted to make everything cool and epic, but then all your cool and epic stuff didn't get to do the cool and epic stuff because it died. So. But anyway, if you're enjoying the stream, just want to say, don't want to put it out there, whenever I do read Wargaming Community, you guys seem to enjoy it. So like the stream. There's 33 likes, 150 people watching. Like the stream. If you want to support me further, you can become a member, or you can super chat, or leave a super thanks if you really want to. But either way, it does really help the channel. So thank you very much, and I really appreciate it. But thank you very much for hanging out. Let's have a talk about World Eaters. This is one that people have been kicking off about. People aren't happy with the World Eaters preview. They've been saying, I'm going to Yahtzee my army right into the bin. Reason being, it relies on you rolling doubles. It relies on you rolling doubles. Blessings of Corn. If your army's faction is World Eaters, at the start of the battle round, you can make a Blessing of Corn roll. To do so, roll 8d6. Obviously 8, because haha, Corn. You can use those dice to activate up to 2 Blessings of Corn from the Blessings of Corn list. Each Blessing of Corn specifies the dice result it requires, where a number is specified, a double, a triple of that value, or higher is required. You can only activate each Blessing of Corn once per battle round. Any unused dice in the Blessing of Corn roll are then discarded. Once activated, each Blessing of Corn applies to all units in your army with this ability until the end of the battle round. Now, this is interesting because it's if your faction is World Eaters, we've obviously seen Chaos Demons, where you can take a small amount of Corn Demons. These will also be affected by the Blessings of Corn, because it's every unit in your army as long as your faction is World Eaters, which is fun. So, what can you do? Any double. This is like Warcry. Any double. Add 2 to move. Any double. Feel no pain. If they already have feel no pain, give them +1. Double 3 or more. Melee weapons get sustained hits, so 6 is the hit, an additional hit in combat. Double 4 or any triple. Each time a model in this unit is destroyed by a melee attack, if that model has not fought this phase, roll a d6 on a 4+, do not remove it from play, and fight back. Double 5 or any triple. Melee weapons have lethal hit, so 6 is a hit, automatically wound. We know that now. Or double 6 or triple 4+, the unit is eligible to declare a charge in which you turn it advanced. So double 6 or any triple 4+, you can give your entire army advance and charge. Damn. Damn, boy. It's Crazy Strong Faction roll, probably the best show, but people don't like rolling dice, they just want everything for free. If you roll 8d6, you're guaranteed to roll at least 1 double. That's true. So that's pretty good, and obviously with that we got the Corn Berserkers. So they have an icon of Corn. Each time you make a Blessings of Corn roll, if a bearer's unit is within range of an objective marker, you can re-roll 1 of the dice. So you just have a bunch of Corn Berserkers knocking about on objectives. Re-roll all them dice. Really good. What's the problem with is that rule? It's really cool. It is really cool. The problem is people don't like to have chance in games because they have to play around chance. So it's less point and click. So Icon of Corn, a very good rule for this because you're going to be re-rolling some of those Blessings of Corn rolls. So obviously if you've got like a triple, you need a triple 4+. If you've got double 4+, you can try and re-roll 1 or 2 of them. They have, it looks like they've retained Blood Surge. So Blood Surge lets you move after you've been shot. Yeah, they've retained Blood Surge, which is a very good ability. So every time they're shot, they move D6 right directly towards you, which is scary. Bolt Pistol and Plasma Pistol, exactly the same as everyone else. The big change here is Berserker Chainblade. While they're still getting 4 attacks hitting on 3s, they are only AP 1 at Strength 5. Only AP 1. You can have 3 units of 5 on your back objective for 3 rerolls. You can. You can. Or you can actually just use them in the game and then get those rerolls as well. You know, 2 units of 10. Run them out, win rhinos. Pop them onto objectives. Charge onto your opponents. Still rerolling. So, but yeah, guaranteed rerolls. You can just put loads of guys on the back. Or just roll really good. If you roll really good, you don't need to reroll. But yeah, the lack of AP, as we've said, in shooting, the average AP is AP 1. In combat, the average lethal AP is AP 2. These guys have got AP 1 now for their main thing. But they're going to get a bunch of attacks. They've still got like 40 attacks from a unit of 10. You know, or 32 from a unit of 8 because you're a corn boy, so you're going to run units of 8. So that's really good. They've got objective control too, just like everyone else. The Icon of Corn is very strong. But here he is, Angron. Angron time. Here he is. Moves 14 with Fly. Toughness 11. 2 up save. 16 wounds. He is not towering. He's also not Titanic. Which means he's going to be able to hide behind walls, by the looks of it. He's going to be able to hide behind terrain. Also, Mercenary Q, thank you for becoming a member. Or upgrading your membership. That's really kind of you, Mercenary. Thank you so much, mate. Thank you so much for upgrading your membership. That's really kind of you. Listen, we don't do grey name cringe here. If you're look at all these grey names. Look at all these. Sort your life out. £2 a month. That's less than a coffee. That's less than an Aldi coffee. Sort your life out. £1.99 a month. Support the chat. Join the Discord. !Discord in chat. It's not working. !Discord in chat. Like that. See? You just type it really fast. So he's pretty strong. So yeah, Monster Fly, character, epic hero, Corn, Chaos, Demon, Primarch. So he's not towering, he's not Titanic, which means hiding behind walls. That's scary. That's very scary. He is a monster still. 8 attacks, hitting on 2, strength 16, -4, d6 + 2 each. He's got Reborn Blood. Each time you make a Blessings of Corn roll, if this model is destroyed, you can use a 666 on that roll to use this ability. If you do so, this model is no longer destroyed. It's placed in reserve with its full wounds remaining. Not 8 wounds anymore. It's coming back at full wounds. Can hide and charge from behind a wall. Ah! Ah! Please, no! Oh, Angron looks so scary. He's like basically the same, but not being able to hide. It was like the big problem with him. But now you can. That's super scary. That's really good. You can also, at the start of your charge phase, select one of the abilities, which is either +1 to charge rolls, so every world unit within 6, or you can add one to attack characteristics of melee weapons if they have taken damage, or you can reroll the hit roll. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that's scary. That's really good. That's really, really good. He's really good. He blows up. He's got deep strike. He comes in 9 inches away. +1 to charge. So 8-inch charge. Mate, I can't deal with this. I'm a con. Like, listen. I've always played World Eaters, as you can see. This is the old curtain. I've always played World Eaters. Look, always played them. I'm going to get my paid up so fast. Because I'm a World Eater player now. That looks so good. That's such a great data sheet. So, 2 up save, 4 plus invuln, can hide behind walls, toughness 11, flies at 14 inches, murders shit. Murders everything. So, and you can bring him back on full wounds. Mate, imagine he goes down, turn 2, your opponent's like, you know? And then you're like, lol, I've got 4 column berserker units on this objective, I'm going to reroll 4 of these dice to try and get some more 6s. Oh, mate. Mate, bring him down the same turn. Ah, brutal. Blood Ravens, of course, have blood in the name. They were just World Eaters in disguise this whole time. I've started paying my World Eaters army. You've all seen it. Chainsaw Man. Imagine Angron with a giant chainsaw face. That'd be sick. Honestly, a World Eaters army with just Angron and 6 squads of Berserkers and Rhinos sounds pretty good. It does sound pretty good. It does sound pretty good. So, really good. It's scary. That's really scary, I think. So, we've also got the Demon Core Cannon. The belly cannon. The belly shooter. However, there's a chance that it never comes back after he kicks the bucket. But as Mercenary says, Angry Ron is very range Jesus. RN Jesus, sorry, not range Jesus. RN Jesus, so take the wheel, but it's fun. Yeah, so like, it's very random, but if it does go off, it goes off. It goes off well. But the Demon Gore Cannon, D6 shots with blast, so potentially hits on 2s if you stay still. Hits on a 3, strength 14, -4, D6 plus 2. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So bizarre they chose that over the Axe preview. Well, yeah, but they're probably like keeping you interested, mate. They'll tell you everything. So D6 attacks, strength 14 is really strong, -4 really good, D6 plus 2 really, really good. Blast, so it potentially hits on 2s. If you need something to charge it, you know, pretty strong to be honest. Blood Offering, any phase, 1 World Eater unit from your army that was just destroyed while it's in range of an objective marker. It remains under your control. That's good. So sticky objectives. Another way to write sticky objective. They do 1 big gun per preview. It's the only one Con has. That's very true as well. Yeah, they could just preview the bolt pistol, couldn't they? So, sorry. Excuse me. I'm shattered. Sorry, lads. Yeah, Blood Offerings giving out sticky objectives to 1 CP is pretty good as well. Have they shown up anything else in here? Because sometimes they hide some stuff in this text. I don't think they have. No. No, they have not. This entire edition seems to have more randomness to it so far. Seems harder to get something guaranteed with change to rerolls and then a change to AP. Yeah, it seems like they've gone, like, at the minute, you can just, like, super stack a unit with stratagems and spend a load of CP and get everything onto 1 unit and make it super killy. And now what they've done is made a lot of the stratagems that you would spend on a particular unit free on the unit. But then at the same time, they've got, like, some other rules that you can now have, which you didn't have before, or, like, have changed, are kind of similar. But then they're a bit random, which is actually really fun because it's like, it keeps the game like a guesswork rather than like figuring it out. It keeps it like, it keeps you on edge because at any moment you might fail. It's like playing Pokemon, right? And you've got a paralyzed Pokemon, okay? Yeah, it's probably going to be okay, but 10, 15, 20% of the time, it's going to miss. And that might fuck you. You know? If you got a Pokemon that's paralyzed, it's going to be okay like 80% of the time, but that 20% it won't work and you got to figure it out from there. And that's what I like about this. It's kind of like the same vibe. It's like, it's probably going to work, but like 20% of the time it might not. And then what you're going to do, you know? Rather than being like, I have all of these buffs, I'm going to stack them all down, and off I go. I'm done. Easy. 1. And their gambit system seems like there's a lot that can depend on dice, and you can't use buff/rolls to make sure thing. Exactly. Because again, there was a lot. It went to a lot of guarantee stuff. Ignore this. You automatically do this, you know? It counts as this. There's a lot of that. And there's still a lot of that on some weapons, but it's not like a unit. I'm happy more chance in the game. It's a dice game, not chess. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I agree. Thanks for the Pokemon analogy. I need you to explain things in games my nephew plays so I can ask him about them. Listen, Steve, just because you're the old man around here, okay? Just because you're the old man around here. You know, my audience is the same age as me. We all played Pokemon. Actually, paralysis is 25%. Doesn't it depend on what game you're playing? Mercenary Q. Doesn't it depend which game you're playing? I'm pretty sure the older ones it was 20%. But either way, there's still a chance it won't work. So... But anyway, we got one more. This one I haven't read. I've not looked at whatsoever. We got Admech. I know I'm just reading Warcom tonight, but there's just been so much news, but there's so much news, but also no news. If that makes sense, it's like, oh, we've seen a drip feed. We don't know what we're gonna do with it. It seems kind of cool. But yeah, let's have a look at Admech. Faction rule. Doctrina Imperative. At the start of the battle round, you can select one of the Doctrina Imperatives below. Until the end of the battle round, the Doctrina Imperative is active for your army, and all units of your army that have the Doctrina Imperative's ability gain the relevant abilities shown below. So you can have Protector Imperative, so you get the ranged weapons get heavy, so obviously standstill get +1 to hit. And each time a ranged attack targets this unit, if it's within your deployment zone, you worsen the attack by 1, the AP by 1, which is good. Conquer Imperative, you get Assault, and if you target against your opponent, you improve the AP by 1 when they're in their deployment. So you got like one that's like kind of stationary be good, and then assault be good, you know? That seems pretty decent. Much easier to get your head around. It's like choose which one you want to use. Are you going to stand still and be shooty? Or are you going to be like aggressive, you know? That's kind of like what they are, defensive and aggressive. So you got the detachment rule. The Doctrine Imperative lets you adapt to your army battle plan either by showing up your defenses early on and go for a knockout blow. A heavy pre-battle rad bombardment is a perfect way to throw plans into disarray and deny battleline objectives, as the fallout punishes anyone who thinks they'll be safe holding the fort. So at the start of the first battle round, for each enemy unit within your opponent's deployment zone, your opponent must decide whether that unit will take cover or stand firm. If a unit takes cover until the end of the battle round, that unit is battle shocked. If a unit stands firm, roll a d6. On a 3+, it takes d3 mortal wounds. So here we go. Here we go. 3 exorcists will stand firm. Please do 1 mortal wound to each tank so I hit on T's. So this is crap against sisters. You're going to be like, sisters, please, all my exorcists, please don't roll a 3. Please roll 3. Please don't roll a 3 and do 1 mortal wound to me. And then battle round 2 onwards. At the start of the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th battle round, roll 1d6 each enemy unit within your opponent's deployment zone. On a 3+, that suffers 1 more wound. Okay, the rad bombardment is pretty rubbish. You're just going to take the mortals, aren't you? Probably just going to take the mortals. Because it's only on a 3+, it's not guaranteed. It's only D3, it's not like it's D6. If it was D6 on like a 5+, brutal. But like a 3+, D3 wounds, you're just gonna take. I'm just gonna take them all. I'll just take it on the chin. It'll be alright. I think you're gonna do 1 a turn after that. Bit annoying. I'll get over it though. Little apothecary, she's gonna be like running around chasing after everyone, trying to heal everybody. Come on, get up, stop it. D3 wounds, here you go. Yeah, lad. Ignore the bombs, it's fine. You can even take the battle shock in turn 1 if you can't hold the objective in the first turn. You can also can't be targeted for stratagems, so obviously if you don't have stratagems that are good for your unit, you just go, I'm battle shocked. If you fail, you can't get strats. If you stand firm, you don't become battle shocked. It's only you can become battle shocked. You know? So, I don't know. That seems pretty rubbish, to be honest. The rad bombardment seems pretty crap. It's cool, but it's not very strong. And it kind of like doesn't excite me. It's a bit like... You might do 3 more wounds to every unit in their army. But it's like... It's not great. Not great. But what we do have is a Skitari Vanguard. So, this is probably quite interesting because there's a lot of the weapons in the Skitari book, or the Adamant book, have lots of strats to make them better. You always saw loads of stacking with the Skitari cohort. But let's have a look. We've got Doctrine Imperatives. So obviously you can make them aggressive or defensive. While enemy unit, excluding vehicle units within 3 to this unit, subtract 1 for the objective control characteristic of models in that unit. So that's pretty good. So you're better at holding objectives if you're close by because of rad saturation. War gear abilities with the data tether. Each time you select a unit as a target of a stratagem, roll a d6 on the 5 plus you gain 1 CP. Another universal special rule. And Omnispecs ranged weapons equipped by models in this unit have ignore cover. So Omnispecs are really good. So they have a 6+ invulnerable. I believe they had. Do they have a 5+ now? I don't know. I don't know. So the Archaeotech pistol, devastating wounds, so mortals on a 6. Arc rifle, anti-vehicle 4+, devastating wounds. So anti-vehicle always wounds a vehicle on a 4+, devastating wounds always does a mortals on a 60 wound. Rapid fire 1 shot. Hit strength 8 -1 DP damage. That's the sniper, isn't it? The sniper's pretty good. They have 5+ now. Yeah, I thought so. So the invuln's dropped, which is a bit of a pain. Plasma Cavalier or Caliver. Just plasma guns. That's fine. Radium Carbine. 3 shots. Anti-infantry 4+. So win all infantry on 4s. So basically poison, which is good. It's mortal vehicles on 4s and is anti is auto-critical. That's also true. So it always does mortal wounds to vehicles on a 4+ because of anti and devastating. That's pretty strong. That is pretty strong. DP damage as well. Pretty good. Pretty good. The problem is it's only 1 shot. Yeah, you've got rapid fire. 2d3 damage tops. It's alright. It's alright. The Rad Carbine is good for killing infantry. Dransuranic Arquebus, which is heavy and precision. So obviously heavy being able to... Oh no, that's the... In that, the arc... What's the arc rifle? Because the Arquebus is the sniper. Can you give entire units that? I think you can. Because it's that one. Can't you give entire units this? This is a special weapon. Okay. That's the problem with not having the thing on the back. It's like, oh yeah, this weapon's really good. Only 1 arc rifle in the box. Okay. Okay. Every 10 models can take a arc rifle. Rubbish. Anyway, our rifle pretty good. Arquebus, which is the sniper, also decent. Precision. So the close combat weapons are mediocre at best. It's a good, decent data sheet. I'm thinking of the galvanic rifles and ranges. I think I might be. Thanks, Dave. So Skitari Vanguard, a pretty decent data sheet. Obviously, you got a worse invulnerable, but obviously it's the current invulnerable they actually have in the codex. Rad saturation's really good, so you're more likely to hold objectives if someone comes barreling in trying to charge your screens. You're going to be making them so they can't hold the objectives quite as well. And you've got ignore and cover, which is good. Carbine's base is good. Okay. Rad Carbine. Cool. Okay. As battleline squads, you can take twice as many Skitari Vanguard and Rangers, but the benefits don't stop there. Several other Mechanicus units have abilities that improve when they're near their battle line comrades, such as Sakaar and Ruststalkers, who double their bonus to movement and charge distance from optimized gate. This gives Adeptus Mechanicus infantry the feel of well-oiled machine. So add 1 to the advance and charge rolls made for this unit. While this unit is within 6 inches of 1 or more battle line unit, add 2 to advance and charge. That's really good. Optimized gate. Whatever. The save is down from 5 from 4, so it just worsens the saves as a whole by 1. But this is a really good ability. Ruststalker is a very, very good combat unit. That makes him really fast, so that's really fun. So, we've also got Belisarius Call as well. Toughness 8, 2 up save, 10 wounds, counts as 3. It said gate. Okay. Thank you. So, the start of the battle round, select one of the abilities in the left. Till the start of the next battle round, this model has ability. Whilst this model is within 3 inches of one or more other friendly Adeptus Mechanicus units, this has the lone operative ability, so it can only be targeted within 12 or something. Has to be close. 24. You have to be nearby. It's character protection. And then start your command phase, this model regains up to D3 lost wounds. So 4 plus invuln, he's pretty much the same, but he doesn't. Does he heal stuff? Only be shot within 12. Thank you, mercenary. While a friendly Adeptus Mechanicus unit within 6 inches of this model, it makes an attack reroll a hit roll of 1. And then you have Mantra, which is reroll leadership or battle shock. Or the unit has stealth. We don't know what stealth does. They never told us what stealth did. They told us stealth twice. Never told us what it did. But you can make your entire army stealthy, which is pretty fun. That's pretty cool. But yeah, you can't repair anything. He only heals himself. So, he's got Solar Atomizer, which is Blast and Melter D3. So, in half range, it's going to do additional D3 damage. It's hits on 2, Strength 14, -4, 3 damage. That's a really good shooting weapon. Obviously, he's not very good at shooting or combat, though. I mean, he's alright in combat, to be fair. He's not great. Arc Scourge, which is anti-vehicle, devastating wounds, extra attack. So, he's going to be doing this in addition to his other ones. He's got the Mechatendrite Hive as well. Also not great. But no doctrine either, so army-wide rule might just be Skitarii. Also true. So yeah, he can't heal anything. That's weird. He does have the Tech Priest keyword, but he can't heal anything as per his datasheet. That's very bizarre. Very, very bizarre. You got the Eradication Beamer. Here's a new Dune Crawler weapon. D6 attacks, Blast. So +1 to hit. Sustain hits D3. So +1 to hit, 6 is the hit, getting an additional D3. Strength 9, -2, 2 damage. Or you can have the Focus, which is Blast and Sustained. Strength 9, -3, 3 damage. But half range. Maybe. Maybe it's a faction trait. Maybe, but the faction trait, the detachment rule is here, and the army rule is here. So, I don't know. Maybe the character just doesn't really get involved with it, you know? Or maybe it's a stratagem. Maybe they kept that as a stratagem. Or maybe Cole is the only one who can't, and all the other ones can. Yeah, Cole not being able to heal anything is very weird. That's very, very weird in my opinion. How bizarre. How bizarre. So the stratagem in your charge phase, one Skitarii unit from your army that advances turn until the end of the phase, your unit is eligible to declare a charge, even though it advanced. So you can use this stratagem if the Conquer Imperative is active for your army, and then the opposite, one unit from your army that was selected as a target attack. Until the end of the phase, you get a 4+ invulnerable save. So both really good stratagems. They might get 2 faction traits, one for Skitarii, one for Priest. Maybe, but it doesn't say anything about Skitarii in this. It just says all units. And then it says Doctrine Imperative units is active for your army. And all units that have the Doctrine Imperative ability gain the relevant ability shown. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I wish I knew. It'd be nice to know. Because like if they're only showing half the faction ability, that's really rubbish. But it also doesn't excite me, so maybe they should do. Well, the stratagems are decent. Depending which one you're playing in, you get a different stratagem, essentially. Now, the only problem is if you played in one of them, you lose one of your stratagems. You only got 6 to play with anyway, so you're only going to have 5 on any given turn if you're using those abilities. But being able to advance and charge is good on those Rust Stalkers with the optimized gate. Obviously, getting +2 to advance and charge. Pretty fast. That's +4 movement. And then using this on them. Not that, this one, sorry. Advance and charge. Pretty good. Pretty good. So, let's have a look if they said anything else. More simplified way than previous versions. Previous incarnations, the Adeptus Mechanicus have felt quite complex, somewhat fitting for their mad genius rulers, but less good for us more mortals playing on the tabletop. Doesn't say anything. Admech seem very Skitarii focused. I suspect there's the Cult Mechanicus focused detachment to see. I agree. I hope there is, because it's weird though, because Admech have always been weird, because when they first came out in 7th edition, there were 2 separate books that worked together. You had the Skitarii book and the Adeptus Mechanicus book. And then they rolled them into one, which made loads more sense. But then they still have some like a degree of separation, which lore-wise, yeah, whatever, that's fine. But I don't like it in rules-wise. I don't like. There's no reason for it in the rules. Just like have a detachment rule that is like affects everybody because they're all working together. Cheers, Des. Have fun, buddy. So yeah, so like I've never liked that. I think it's a bit dumb. You know, I think that why are you writing rules so like singling out units, like if that's the case. I don't know, it might not be, but I don't like it if it is. I didn't like it when it first happened. I didn't like it in the last codex. I didn't like it in the book before that. But maybe. What was the opinion of Votan? Missed it. I mean, if you want to watch the full thing, you can always rewind, even live. But yeah, Votan seem pretty good. Especially when Land Fortress can shoot back. There's some nice tech things that I think you can do. But ultimately, they seem alright. It's just the half can look worse. But you get a lot of +1 to hit and +1 to wound, so. I'd like to see a bunch of unit type focus detachments, but I agree there also needs to be an army-wide focus faction as well. Yeah, but you just, the thing is though, it's like give with one hand take the other, because you want it to be cool. Like you want it to be cool and fun, but you don't want it to be overly complex, because the whole point of 10th is to try the rebooting everything so things aren't as complex, you know. I don't think any of the faction previews look bad. I think the only one that's looked bad is Necrons. Didn't look too exciting, except for the Doomsday arc. The Doomsday arc looked pretty good. The Warriors looked a bit so. Have we looked at Demons? I don't remember if we looked at Demons. I think that's a problem. Is like because I obviously do Wednesday and then so much time between. I can't remember. I know we did Astra Militarum. I can't remember if I feel like I've looked at Demons, but also haven't looked at Demons. The thing is with it is like yeah, there's not enough context. I don't think there's enough context to make a problem, because we don't really know how the game works yet. You know, I'd like to know like when the game's actually coming out. I'd like to know what the like intricacies of the rules are, because I feel like they're making the game faster. And I still don't know how they're doing that. I feel like you're going to be flicking through your book less time. But that's not going to speed your game up from 3 hours to 2 hours. To speed your game up from 3 hours to 2 hours 50. You know? So, I still don't know how they're going to make the game faster that they've promised. And they've made it simpler, yeah, because there's less to flick through and there's less going on at one time. But I don't see much else. Especially when you got new rules like Shadow in the Warp with the Neuro Tyrant. Look at that. Segway. Let's go, baby. This is a really cool picture. I really like this. The colouring of it is awesome. The toxic print in the background is awesome. Really, really cool. Imagine MSU Chaos Marines all rolling Dark Pact every turn. Literally. Everything doubles in points. Yeah, that's what we can hope for. But we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, so this is a gorgeous picture. The colouring's amazing. The toxic print in the background's cool. The Maliceptor here is cool. And then all this at the front is really nice. Them promising something and that being true are two different things. Also very true. So, if one or more Neurotitans in your army are on the battlefield, when you unleash the Shadow in the Warp, subtract 1 for the battle shot test for each enemy unit on the battlefield must take as a result. That's really good. Really good. As we said, like last week, the Tyranid buff is pretty good. That is really nice. So, Neurotitans act as mobile command centers, bristling with sensors that observe the ebb and flow of the Horde and commanding the battle with greater efficacy. So many made up words. Each Neurotide acts as a potent synaptic relay, enabling 2 units within 12 inches to act as if they were in synaptic range until the start of your next command phase. No matter where they end up, your deadliest melee units can stretch their legs and hunt down some troublesome enemies. In your command phase, you can select two units within 12 inches of this model. Until the start of the next command phase, the selected units are always considered within synaptic range. You even get 2 Neuraloid tokens. Ah, interesting. Is that what they're for? You get 2 Neuraloid tokens to use for this ability. So the little guys that this guy comes with are tokens. That's cool. I like that. I like that because I was wondering how that was going to work. I was a bit like, is that going to be like really clunky? They're going to have to take the wounds first. But then the little dudes being markers is really nice actually. Because they're just not real. And you don't have to worry about hiding them either. So there are a few more units from the line to pick over before launch. Stay tuned and warm the community. And you can get more soon. So, we've also seen the Nora Gaunts, I believe. Excuse me a moment. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Mikey, all words are made up. It's true. It's true. After you've read the dictionary like me, every book is merely a remix. I've never read the dictionary. But yeah, so lots of people talking about the Barb Gaunts as well with the Bio Cannon. So these are looking pretty sick. Blast Heavy, hits on a 4. So standstill hit on 3. Heavy. A Blast getting extra shots. Strength 5, no AP, 1 damage. The Heavy ability makes them ideal for plonking down inside of an objective to rain fire on your enemies, while Blast makes it even more dangerous for large units. And it has Disruption Bombardment in your shooting phase. After this unit is shot, if an enemy unit was hit by 1 or more of those attacks, bear in mind these guys are coming in like, you get like 5 of these in the box, I think. Until the end of the opponent's next turn, the unit is disrupted. While a unit is disrupted, subtract from the move characteristic, advance, and charge rolls. So -2 in the movement phase, -2 in the charge phase. That is pretty good. And it's -2 for the move characteristic and the charge rolls. So, like, it's -4 when it advances. If you advance and roll less than a 2, does that mean you move negative? Because it's -2 for the move characteristic and subtract 2 from the advance roll. So the roll is going to be -2. You roll a 1, that's -1. It doesn't say to a minimum of 1. So if you roll the 1 on the advance roll, it's -1 move. You're moving 3 inches. You're -2 because of Destruction Bombardment. You're moving 0. You're moving 0 with a Destruction Bombardment. It's also, you only have to be hit by one of them. There's D6 shots each. How many do you get in the box? You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get 5. Look at that. 1d6 into every unit you can see. You're all minus movement. Enjoy. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, I'd say. I'm going to say that's pretty strong. So they seem pretty dumb to say it's not one unit that was hit, it's every unit. Pretty strong. Move what? Yeah, literally. You also got Neurogaunts. These little critters scuttle across the battlefield in mass swarms, each carrying a parasitic neurocyte upon their backs. Individually, they may not seem up to much, but a big unit may be able to drag down a Space Marine or two. So, that one's a lot bigger than that one. This one's got like a brain on its back, and this one doesn't. They're a bit like sunlight maggots, aren't they? If he can still split fire. I think he can. I presume he can. That'd be dumb if you can't. Don't they look a bit like this? Same vibe, maybe. Same vibe. You know, carrying on the back. Sunlight maggot. You know what I'm saying? Dark Souls players in chat. There it is. The big one must be the one with the neuroparasite. I think so. Oh, that has neurocytes, look. That little one. No brain sticking out there. You can't in Heresy, and they have taken some information in that game. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I feel like everything that they've like spoke about hasn't really alluded to only being able to shoot one unit. I'm sure you see the point in these guys. Yeah, that's interesting. Let's have a look. So they're T3, 1 wound. Crap, 1 wound. Can't hold objectives. 1 attack each. Is that a Pokemon reference? Not this time. They may look like bayonet or shovel fodder. But they have a little trick up their spindly chitinous sleeves. They can increase the sign-up range of your leader beast, such as Hive Tyrant or Winged Tyranid Prime. It turns out those weird things on their backs are synaptic conduits. While a unit is within range of synapse of your army, it has the synapse keyword. So it's like a booster for synapse, right? Synapse is a crucial keyword in the new edition, as well as explaining recent technical facts for code. It makes you more likely to pass battle shock tests. So you roll in 3d6 on battle shocks rather than 2. So your other bioforms such as Horuspecs and Termigots can hold crucial objectives. So yeah, so it's like an extension. It's like a booster, right? If your army is faction 2, has 200 units from your army within 6 of 1 or more Synapse models from your army, that unit is said to be within Synapse range of your army. So yeah, so like each model in that unit is going to have Synapse when it's near a character. So every single model will be able to like protect a Battleforge, help ignore Battle Shock by rolling 3d6 rather than 2. So that's like a really big conga line that you can do. So it's a Wi-Fi extender, exactly. So they go within 6 of Synapse range, only just. If you think like, let's paint it. If you've got like, you know, a Neuro Tyrant here, you know, Neuro Tyrant, as you can see, and it's got some squiggly arms. And then you got a Synapse range of 6 inches. And then you've got your little guys. Can I do a big blob? Probably not. You got like your little guys like this. One just in. Let's say it's still within 2 of 2. So you can go like this. And then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then like this. And then because they're within 6 inches, this unit also has synapse. So that's your synapse range. I just realised that you can't see all of that. So I'll just move that across. There you go. So your synapse range goes from this. You know, it goes... I need... I don't have to use MS Paint. So your synapse range goes from this range. Oh my god. Give me a paintbrush, man. No! Redo. Brushes. There you go. Your synapse range goes from here to like all of this. Because then all of this is synapse as well. You know? That's like a huge synapse range. Bing bang. You know? So if they're really cheap, that's a really nice little tech piece. To be like, okay, I can protect units further away without having to take multiple characters or multiple synapse unit. So yes, Wi-Fi extender is probably the best way to describe it. So, what else did it say about synapse? Synapse creatures also act as nodes to call Shadow the Warp down on the battlefield, forcing an immediate battle shot test on every unit in your opponent's army. You can choose this ability once per game in either player's command phase, and it can utterly annihilate your foe's battle plan. Does it say much else about Synapse here? Altered is no matter what to get Synapse. Terminal Tomagods, Gargoyles, and new Noragons featured in the Leviathan box sets all have this keyword. For just a single pound point, you can bring back 6 fallen critters or take advantage of your Synapse networks to 2 units at once. Did it say you have to be in Synapse? Oh, within Synapse range. So you got to be within Synapse there as well. This leads to Shadow in the Warp, causing battlefield-wide panic and disruption, while creatures in Synapse range remain a single-minded, utterly lethal, especially in the confines of close combat. Meanwhile, the feigned bioadaptability captured in their detachment rules, allowing them to adapt at the start of the battle to be best suited to overcome their prey. Now, it doesn't really say anything about Synapse being super good. It's like, you can only use this stratagem. So they're going to be cheap. They're going to be like, what, 40 points a unit for 10? They're going to be super duper cheap, that's for sure. If they're not really cheap, they'll be pretty rubbish, but they're pretty fun. Again, they're probably cheaper than taking another character. You know, you got like your Nora Tyrant in your back line. You make his Synapse range massive. That protects your back line really well. Now, people are going to be shooting your Nora sights or Nora gaunts, but then they're not shooting something else. You know? So, they do seem pretty weak. I agree. But there you go. That was a big 2-hour stream of catching up what's been happening on the old Warhammer news. Not a great deal. Not a great deal, to be honest. It's one of those, we're in the weird limbo. It's really frustrating because like there's loads of news coming out, but the news coming out is like there's no context for it. There's not enough to go with. So and then next month it's all going to come out. It's all going to come out at once. So it's a bit like, I'd rather be like, here's all of the rules now, and here's like more context to some of these rules, because there's talked about stealth twice, and we still don't know what stealth does. So, which is a bit of a shame. A bit of a shame, to be honest. Well, I think that's it for tonight. I think that's it. We've done 2 hours of just reading Warcom. So thank you very much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. I know I haven't released many like recorded videos, but I've been working on big stuff, as you can probably imagine, you know. I'm watching lots of Love Island reruns at the minute, so it's just very difficult to get anything else done. So June is looking very, very busy in a really good way. There's lots of stuff happening that isn't 40k as well, which is super exciting. Lots of 3D printing content getting planned and getting worked together. It's like there's also like moving pieces, and it's all coming together at once, and which is a bit scary and a bit frustrating. I prefer it all to come out sequentially rather than all at the same time, but we'll see. So, but this has been really fun, so I really appreciate you all hanging out tonight. I'll be live again Wednesday. It should be exciting because I think there's there's a Warhammer event happening soon to maybe be able to talk about that, you know? It's racking around my skull somewhere, you know? Do you get it? Do you get it? A Warhammer skull? You know. Love Island reruns. Listen, mate. It's you'll get it one day. But no, it's been fun to hang out, so thank you very much for hanging out with me this evening. As I said, as I always say, if you, I really hope you enjoyed this stream. I just hope you don't feel like you've wasted your time. I feel like hopefully you've had a nice time, and I've made it worth your while, and that's all I aim for on the live streams and the videos. So thank you very much for watching. You know, I'll be back Wednesday morning for the morning news around 10. As I said, there's lots of stuff happening, lots of gaming stuff happening. Also, Marty Marv, thank you for coming in for the 5 at the last minute. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much for the donation. It's very kind of you. Come on, alert. I'm not going to read it and have it read it out again.
I think these Warcom streams have been some of my favorites. I enjoy poring over incomplete rules and speculation. I think these Warcom streams have been some of my favorites. I love how I played it twice. I enjoy poring over incomplete
Thank you so much for the 5, Marty Marv.
Keep it up.
Thank you so much for the 5, Marty Marv. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It does feel, I don't know, I always feel a bit lazy just reading Warcom. But like, there's not much else to go on. I hope you enjoyed it. As I said, as I always say, I just hope you don't feel like you've wasted your time. I do feel a little bit late to the party sometimes. There's obviously a lot of channels are like doing like daily uploads about all the faction rules. I'm just like, I'm not doing that. It's the daily slop. That's what we call that. That's the daily slop. You know, our new coined a phrase, the daily slop. You're all pigs, and today you get some slop. That's what I see that as. So I just don't bother. I just can't be bothered. It seems pointless. I like, so like whatever to other channels they want to do it. They're scraping views, but like, yeah, I'm not bothered. I feel like everyone's doing it, so there's no point. If everyone's doing it, I'm not gonna do it. You know, I'm very much like that. But I also like looking over on streams because it's like nice to chat to you about it rather than just like, here's the rules, leave your comments down below. I feel like it's way more fun to do it live. But I also sometimes feel late to the party, so yeah, it's like a really hard one to balance, you know. I'll do rule videos when the rules are actually out, but just for like update videos, it feels a bit, I don't know, it just feels a bit like nothing content for like a video, you know. For a stream, we can chat about it, we can shoot the shit, we can work out that sisters really want to play AdMech every game because they could hit on their exorcists on 2s every turn. But you know, you don't get that in the video either, so. Bricky's getting up at 5 AM for his rule update videos. Well, Bricky gets a lot more views than I do, to be fair. So, again, I hope you enjoyed it. That's the main thing. So, Walking Dead, thank you very much for the 10 months as well. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much for being over for so long. Almost up to a year, mate. Well done, mate. So, I love discussing rules for like anything ever. It helps me procrastinate and avoid doing anything real. Again, as long as you enjoyed it, as long as you don't feel like you're wasting your time, that's what I'm aiming for. I'm going to leave this stream up, so if people do want to go back and watch it, then by all means. Yeah, I'll be live again Wednesday. So thank you very much for tuning in. I really appreciate it, and hopefully I'll catch you on Wednesday for maybe some Warhammer game content. We will see. I love you all, and bye bye for now. Join the Discord, SOH Discord, and see you later. Bye.